Immediately no. Immediately no. Immediately no. I'm telling you right now, I seen what I needed to see.
I'm going to make this video in a response to the comment in the video I just staged. And before I say what I want to say, massive trigger warning, I'm going to speak about rape in details. So please, if you can't stand it, if that triggers you, please scroll now. The comment said, rape is probably not that bad. Y'all will probably enjoy it. And as shocking as that sounds for someone that is quite normal thinking and has a healthy amount of common sense, because rape is just that, an act of violence, invasion, and assault. And sometimes, or in many cases, it ends many things for people, including their self-confidence, and it opens up a lifetime of trauma. So as common as that might be for many people, hopefully, apparently as uncommon it seems to be for others. And I'm not making this video to explain anything to anybody. I'm making this video because I want those that think like the person that commented this utter rubbish to know exactly what they are talking about, because they do not know. I'm 100% convinced they do not know. So I'm going to be using very graphic words and in detailed descriptions and describing what happens, because this is a very privileged and also, I'm sorry to say it, is a very, very man thing to say. Is a thing that I would bet my soul and heart that this is only a man that can open his mouth and say this kind of thing. Now let's have a moment and paint a picture. And again, massive fucking trigger warning. You're in someone's house. You and the person have been on 2-3 dates. Now it gets hot, you people maybe make out, whatever the case may be, and the guy initiates sex. First of all, maybe you feel like it, but then on a second thought, you don't want to. And you make that clear. You're like, man, this is too early, whatever. No is a full sentence, right? But even that one we have not collectively agreed on, so let's me not put the bar too high. And this is where I want men to listen to me and listen to me very, very well. The man then forces himself on the woman. And this sounds so like you just say it, he forces himself on the woman. But what happens when he forces himself on the woman? One, it starts by physically overpowering that woman. You should never forget that while we are being physically overpowered, we are not mentally away. We are not mentally at another place. We have no capability of offing the head or detaching ourselves from the current ongoing violence. We are very much present and we see and feel every bit of it. Now then, what does it mean to be overpowered? Have you thought about that? As a man, have you thought about what it means to overpower someone so you can actually rape her? Not just do you need to free the private part from any type of clothing. The person most likely is trying to get you off of her. She's resisting. And the more she's resisting, the more power, the more force you are using to get your way. So as you are now, on top of a struggling, screaming, probably crying woman that is trying so hard for you not to invade her privacy, to assault her, to enter her body without her consent, you are using force, holding the hands down, probably closing her mouth, making way to spread the legs to enter her body without her consent. All this while she's begging, she's screaming, she's in pain. Apart from the pain, she's in physical fear, in mental fear, in high levels of stress. She knows what's going to happen. She knows you're not going to stop until you're done. But you enter anyway. And because there's so much force and so much defense, biologically, she doesn't get wet. I don't think y'all focus on that part enough and the way you should, when we have intercourse, we need to get wet to not feel the pain. Because if you penetrate the vagina without the vagina being wet, it is literally bruising. It's literally going to be sore for days. And it's not an easy intercourse. It's not as if it just slides in because there's no loop. There's nothing that makes it slippery. Biologically, her body, her mind, her soul is not ready. She's being violated. You're forcing herself into her body. And on top of all of that, you're still hard. You're still hard. You enter her body, you hit and hit and hit until you're done. And then you finally let go of her. You've satisfied yourself while she was screaming and begging you to stop. And even though she was begging you, she was resistant, she was trying to defend herself, it did not disrupt your mind. It did not stop you. It did not cause your dick to fall because you're like, oh, damn, this is not what I signed up for. You stayed hard and you continued. And I don't think we talk about the mental effect on both sides, both the predator and the victim, enough, because you need to be a fucking trashy human being to have somebody defend themselves and want to literally get you off them, and you still finish. You still come. You know, there are women that have fantasies of being handled the hard way. There are women that like it the hard way. There are women that enjoy being hurt, even to an extent of blood flow, of bruising or whatever, of slaps, of whatever the case may be. I'm not going to ever kink shame any woman whatsoever. But that is consensual. She wants it and it turns her on and therefore she gets wet. A rape is an assault. It leaves us with lifelong trauma. It never stops. You will, along the line, most likely learn to live with it. But you will never forget the face. You'll never forget you tried to get him off you. You'll never forget the fact that he still proceeded. You'll never forget the fact that he finished while you were trying to fight him off your body. You'll never forget that he invaded your body, that he assaulted you, even though you begged him to stop. And then you come on the internet and make comments like that we probably enjoy it. Rape is not just about the act. It's not just about being violated in that moment. It's about the shower you take after when you feel dirty. You feel inhuman. You feel violated. You feel invaded. Every part of your body feels like it does not belong to you. It's about the feeling of having to live along with what was done to you, the words that were said, the way you were held down, the way somebody forced himself on your body without giving the flying fuck about your feelings. It is about everything that happens during, but most especially everything that happens after. The triggers, the pain, the days of pain, and the lifelong trauma that you never stop thinking about. And then you see men on the fucking internet telling us that we probably enjoy it. Every single one of you that hold a mindset like this or have ever slightest considered or witnessed a woman being assaulted deserve to die. Every single one of you. Just because you enjoy and stay hard when someone is literally fighting for their life doesn't give you the right to tell us that we probably enjoy it. Because you are the one that stays hard. We don't get that privilege. So next time, maybe think if you want your sister, brother, mother, cousin, auntie, hear words like that. But y'all don't think that deep because we probably enjoy it, right?